And welcome to the From Deep Show. We are back with episode 3 with myself, Luke Jansen, and my host, Phil Wiseman. Phil, say hello.
Hello, beautiful people. We're about to put some basketball in between your brain and your ear holes. Let's talk some hoops.
Let's do it. We have the Today's Show. For those watching, you can see it on the right. Those not, I'm going to talk you through. We got From Deep, which is our awesome segment where we ask random questions. Last week it was about Shaq and Muggsy Bogues' body. Fantastic. We got NBA Weekly. We got some pretty cool stuff going on there. We're going to be actually talking about the top 25, under 25 in the NBA and drafting our own. We got Social Hoops, which we got some awesome stuff coming at you this week that happened on Instagram and Twitter. We got a hot take. This week it's not our hot take, unfortunately. I will say it is Paul Pierce's, and it's probably the tastiest and spiciest hot take you've ever heard in your life. Wouldn't you say, Phil?
Not involving exotic dancers, but a hot take nevertheless.
And last we have a new segment, We the North. Both Phil and I are huge Raptors fans, so whether you like them or not, you're going to hear about them on this podcast, so too bad.
Let's go. Let's talk some basketball.
Let's talk basketball. Okay, so last week's questions from deep. Let's just jump right into them. I'm going to switch us over. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Swish. Now, it wasn't a swish for my question, unfortunately. Well, maybe it was. I mean, what do you think, Phil? Shaq in Muggsy Bogues' body, point guard center. Where do you think he's ending?
I think your question, if I'm comparing it to political events, we're talking April. We're in April of 2021. We just had the Evergreen ship stuck in the Suez Canal. I feel like the question may have been the comparison of the ship stuck in the Suez Canal, but it's the thought that counts, right?
It wasn't a great one, and we're gonna bring up the graph now. And so Shaq in Muggsy Bogues' body, we had point guard 33.3%, and not even a question per se or an answer, but it made it in overseas 66.7. A resounding, this man does not deserve to be in the NBA. It is what it is. I think he'd be an amazing point guard, probably a top 5 all time, maybe, but we'll never know now. So let's jump into our questions, Phil. What you started off. Hit me up.
Okay. So this week we had the lovely Charles Barkley making fun of the Clippers, and I quote, "I've been poor, I've been rich, I've been fat, I've been in the Hall of Fame, and one thing I can tell you is that the Clippers have always sucked." What's one thing that's always sucked for you in basketball or in life? What do you think?
One thing that's always sucked in basketball, or in life. Okay, so we could talk basketball. I'm gonna be honest. It's my hops. It's I mean, so for those
white man can't jump.
White man can't jump. For those of you who don't know, Phil and I, we played high school basketball together. I was known to do some 360 dunks, but I lost a lot of my vert.
That's so okay. That's news to me.
I can't go through with that. No, I'm pretty sure my vert was a solid 2 to 5 inches, and that was on a good day when the wind was just picking me up a little bit. So definitely my hops still not there either, and not going to get any better. Only going to go down minus inches somehow, some way.
You'll
I like that one.
To the ground. Okay.
Flip it back, Phil. What was your worst thing in basketball? Do we tell the glasses story? I think.
The glasses story. Oh, the glasses story. Maybe that's one we save for a later episode. We can just lay the breadcrumbs here now. Okay. I would say one thing that's always sucked for me is whenever there's a turnover that happens in the offensive end and you're on the block and you have to sprint all the way back to the other end to try and get back to play some transition defense. And it's going to be a score anyways. And you're sucking air, and you just have to make that run. So I say would be the worst thing that sucks the most for me there.
Okay, I like it. So this one we're gonna start off with an easy one. It's a movie that just came out. Obviously, it's created a lot of debate. King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, who is the better baller? And that's the question I have for you. Who
King Kong or Godzilla? Who is the better baller?
There's a meme online with I think it's Godzilla backing up King Kong. He's got him. They're both post players. Like there's no way that they play another position. Like these guys are big. But who you got? Who's taking it?
Are we playing in the sense that there is a ref calling the game on a one-on-one, or is this street rules?
Oh, this is street ball. 100%. We're talking King Kong Godzilla. They're literally stamping on buildings while they're playing this game. So,
okay, so we've got an early spoiler alert announcement here. I'm going Godzilla, just like the movie. Godzilla's going to kick King Kong's butt. That's all I got to say.
Okay. See, I haven't seen the movie, so you ruined it for me. Never going to watch
Spoiler,
it now.
Spoiler. Told you. You should have plugged your ears and not heard my answer. I'm sorry.
Okay, so there you have it, Godzilla. Let us know your answers. If you think Godzilla or King Kong would be who'd take it in a game to 11. Street ball rules. Phil, second question. What you got for me?
Okay, this is a more physically demanding question. So I want you to embody yourself. This first part of the question, you're on the court, and there's been a tussle that's about to happen. Perhaps OG Anunoby's lifted someone, thrown him on the floor.
Okay.
And then James Johnson is across from you. James Johnson is a renowned martial artist, for those that don't know, in the NBA. And he gets so upset at what happens, and he karate chops you right in the throat. So would you rather be karate chopped in the throat by James Johnson or play an ISO post against Joel Embiid where he's backing you down, and after 5 seconds of punishment, you get dunked on, fall to the floor, and the ball bounces off your face?
Both, to be honest. Those both sound like great times. But if I had to pick, I mean, those would be my career highlights if I ever made the NBA. Well, you know, I'm going to go with the Joel Embiid one just because I like my throat, and I feel like a throat isn't going to be good for me. I know I can't imagine the health benefits from that. Like, yeah, I can get dunked on. It'll be on So Shaq and Fool. It'll be on social media, but I can rebound from that. A throat, I don't think I recover from that very well. So
you might lose your voice. You might lose something else.
Yeah, I like my voice. I can't do the pod if that happens. So I'll get dunked on by Joel Embiid. That's okay.
I got to go with the same thing then. That's exactly right. There's some great clips online of Joel Embiid playing street ball against average Joes like you and I, and him bouncing the ball off of someone's face and then doing a massive dunk. That's what inspired this question.
I like it. Okay. So we saved the best for last. Okay. And a little bit of drum roll.
Okay.
I'm getting creative. Yeah, I have to, right? Like, this is what the people want.
This is what the people want.
So let's set the scene. Okay, so we're what's the Golden State Arena name? Is that
Chase Center, if I'm not mistaken.
Chase Center, yeah. So you're at jump ball, okay? And at the moment, you've seen Freaky Friday. So body switch. So at jump ball, you switch bodies yourself. You, Phil Wiseman, switch bodies with James Wiseman. Ooh. Same last name. So, this for sure can happen.
Better looking Wiseman, too, I got to say. So we're going there. Okay.
So this is in the movies, though. So this obviously could be real life, too.
Okay. Fair.
In front of you, with that jump ball, is Nikola.
Jokic. Nikola Jokic. Okay.
What do? You have your current skill and athletic abilities, and you're forced to play at least 20 minutes. Go.
So I'm James Wiseman. I'm taking the jump ball against Jokic, but I'm in his body.
Yes, you are in his body, but it's your skills and athletic abilities, of course.
Oh, I think Steve Kerr, just as he's been doing lately, is pulling that short leash, bringing me right to the pine, and I'm sitting on the court side there.
You got 20 minutes though.
Oh, no matter what I'm in the game.
You're getting 20 minutes because he's just like, no, there's no way. Boy. There's no way James Wiseman's playing this bad. We're just gonna run this through.
I might go for a nice little intentional foul. Just a nice little wrap on the wrists for Nikola Jokic. For those of you that heard that nice little slap sound, I'm now gonna have a red mark on my arm for the rest of the show. I might have to do that to try to leave early, or I'm just gonna go all out and I'm just gonna start shooting threes in Nikola Jokic's face. He's a slow man. I feel like my 6 foot self could maybe get by him. No, I could not get by him. Who are we kidding? I'm either going to shoot threes or I'm going to intentionally foul. One or the other. We'll see how the game's going.
If Nikola had glasses, he'd be over.
Oh, he'd be done. He'd be done. Head to head. Breadcrumbs. Lead them to Hansel and Gretel's cottage.
People are going to be here for episode 4. Like, what was it with the glasses? What was that? Oh no. I mean, I think you just, similar to the backed up by Joel Embiid, you just cry. You get dunked on a couple times. You get postered. You're looking at Steve Kerr and just going, "Coach, please take me off." They drag me off the floor. That's the best case scenario.
Do you go into the stands like Meta World Peace?
Oh yeah,
Do you sit on the floor? What do you do?
Yeah, maybe
What
you
do you
just
do?
go full send, just right into a fan, just let's just end it, you know?
Shortest NBA career possible for James Wiseman. We love you, James Wiseman.
Yes, we do. Okay, so those are our from deep questions. Those were pretty solid. I guess the one for our people is King Kong versus Godzilla. Definitely follow up on that. But now we're gonna be switching over to NBA Weekly. Listen to that slam jam. We got some cool things going on here. We have starting up first, Mr. Nikola. Oh, Phil, that's where you finished my lines. Come on, Phil.
Nikola Jokic.
See, we're supposed to be twins. You're supposed to be right with me.
The cerebral thought failed me there.
Oh, that's so good. Say
that 5 times fast. Cerebral thought.
I wouldn't make it. I'd quit. Yeah, so something really cool happened this week. He had his 81st career 10 assist game, actually 82nd, because 2 days later he actually dropped another 10 plus assist game, passing Wilt Chamberlain for the most by a center in NBA history. Point center, fire. That's by Sports Center. Yeah, what do you think, Phil? Point center, best one ever?
Well, he's averaging 26.3 points a game, 10.9 boards a game, 8.8 assists a game, excuse me. So 26.3, 10.9, 8.8, 57% shooting from the field, 43 basically from three, 86 from the line, and an effective field goal of 61%. I think this has to go down as one of the best big man seasons in NBA history in a shortened season and in a regular season, I got to say, too. My goodness, this man has been on fire. His Nuggets have won 8 in a row. Aaron Gordon, look at us. There's our cerebral thought. That hasn't failed us now. So Aaron Gordon, that addition has been fire. They're 8 in a row. They keep on climbing. I think that MVP case for Nikola Jokic is getting stronger and stronger and stronger day by day. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean it's awesome. I mean, anytime you're passing up Wilt Chamberlain in a in the record books, you've done something good because that boy has all the records. So if you're breaking a Wilt Chamberlain record, you've done good. I do like the bottom of the first reply. Wait, Wilt actually passed the ball? But that just goes to show you that Wilt Chamberlain had 80 career 10 assist games, which is, again, quite impressive.
Yeah, especially for a center, right? Jokic is kind of a unicorn and anomaly in that way. So for him to already get to that stage in his career already, we've got many years ahead of us of watching Jokic highlights. It's exciting.
Yep, it's going to be fun. Next one, we got another one for the record books. We have Splash Bro, Steph Curry, only player with 8 seasons of 200 threes per season. So 200 threes, 8 seasons. He's in the record books. I mean, there's really not much to say here. Steph gonna Steph. Guy's unbelievable. I don't know if you've seen the stats for the poor Warriors when he's not on the floor. It's
what's the plus minus? Do you have that?
I think you showed me in that little Instagram post. I don't have it, but I know it's concerning. It's very concerning. But yeah, no, I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, a few years left. He's the type of player too I could see staying around for a while if he wanted to, and just becoming maybe that. I don't know if he want to be a 6 man, but you know what I mean. Like he could be definitely an energy guy off the bench, consistently hit threes. Like, yeah, looking forward to see what he's going to do for the rest of his career.
272 threes behind Ray Allen for first all time.
Yeah, that's going to be easy.
I think that's done in, well, if he's on this pace, it's another year. It's another year and he's going to pass him, right?
So yeah, because he's still got, I don't know how many games, there are 20 games left, and he's already passed 200.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think next season, if, knock on wood, if Steph is healthy, he's going to pass him.
For you. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy, man. He's one of the best. Definitely changed the game. Now we're going to jump into kind of the fun part of today's. This is the NBA's best 25 under 25. So ESPN put out their list. You can see the top 6 here, and if you can't, I'll just go off. They have Luka, Doncic, Zion. They got LaMelo, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and De'Aaron Fox. That's who their top 6 is. They have all 25. I'm not going to go over that because Phil and I feel like we can draft our own teams out of this and make a way good team. Now my team's going to be better, and Phil's going to try, and we can all appreciate that Phil has tried. And we're just going to give him round of applause now. Hey, man, you came out, you tried.
Pat on the back, please. Pat on the back.
Pat on the back. I'm excited for you to lose to me because I like winning. So kind of the rounds here.
Competition. Okay.
Oh, of course, there's got to be some competition. We have our list here in front of us. We're going to kind of go through. We're just going to do the top 7 because we're 25. We're going to be here for a long time. And Phil's going to pick a number between 1 and 5. If he gets it right, he gets first pick. All right, Phil, you're on the board.
If I guess it right, let's go 2.
2. It was 5. I was trying to make it easy for you. I was hoping you either went 1 or 5. But first pick is mine. I didn't want it. I kind of wanted the controversy of second pick.
I'll trade you second pick for the first pick. Straight up.
No, it's too late. You lost.
Hey, for someone who's confident that they're going to pick the better team. Okay.
That's true. That's true. But you lost, so I will. Okay, so with the first pick of the top 25 under 25.
We need the ESPN draft.
The pick is number 1 overall, Zion Williamson.
Ooh, Adam Silver selects first one over. Okay, Zion. Wow.
Okay. We talked about this last week.
Rationale behind this. Mm-hmm.
Zion is one of the Luka is amazing. I mean, that you can go either way. The reason I'm going with Zion, and he's got a lot to prove, but you got to remember this is a top 25 under 25. So a lot of these guys have things to prove. So these 5 years down the road, these could all be terrible picks. He's such a game changer in the sense of you don't see that type of force in the game.
He's very unique.
He's very unique, and I think when you see something so unique like that, you take it because you don't know what he's going to be able to do. You don't know where he's going to go. We kind of talked about Luka last week. We kind of think like Luka's hit kind of his ceiling, which is amazing. He's already amazing, but like, what else does Luka really add? He's kind of there. I think you see Luka for what he is, which is an MVP, and he's going to get it. Maybe not this year, but in the future, he's going to get it. He's going to be a long-standing name. Zion Williamson, I feel like he's just touching the surface right now.
Yeah, I feel like we've already got a hot take here. You taking Zion over Luka Doncic.
Well, this is a team, remember? We're drafting around a team, and we're not just taking one guy. So I personally, I think Zion's going to help my team out better with how I'm picking. So, all right, Zion for Luke. What are you taking, Phil?
Give me Luka Doncic. Give me Luka Doncic.
I was hoping he'd slide.
Oh my god! For someone who's so confident that they're gonna win this, gives up the first overall. Oh my goodness! Give me Luka Doncic, hands down. He's already a perennial MVP. In my opinion, he's gonna be a perennial MVP runner for years to come. We're in year 3 of Luka Doncic. Let's just give you a stat line here, Luke. Let's see the player you've passed up. 28.6 points a game, 8.1 boards a game, 8.8 assists a game, 49% shooting from the field, 37% from downtown. And he's in year 3, and he's only going to get better. So for me, he's shooting career high from the 3. He's shooting career high from the field. He's going to improve as he gets into the league a little bit more. A building stone of Luka Doncic got to the playoffs. I don't see Zion making the playoffs in his first 2 years. Give me Luka Doncic, number 1 on my team here. Thank you for that gift.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. You need it for the rest of the your team. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, that's going to be arguable. I'm looking in the future, and I just see Zion as my guy. Okay, with the third pick, I guess. I am. Do I want to jump down there just yet? No. With the third pick, we are going to go with the fourth pick from ESPN is Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, Donovan Mitchell.
Need me some shooting. The boy's averaging 26 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5 assists. I like him. He was a killer in the playoffs last year. He went toe to toe with who is that? That was who are they?
Toe to toe in the playoffs, Utah versus the Denver Nuggets. I believe is what Jamal you're saying. Murray. Jamal Murray.
Yes. I like Donovan. I think again he's another guy who's got a ton of potential. Like to see where he's gonna go. That's my guy. You're up.
Okay, Jason Tatum. He's my second pick.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason Tatum, 25 a game, 7 boards. Another winner, Luke. Another winner. Eastern Conference Finals a couple times with the Celts. Jason Tatum, I think Bill Simmons loves to call Jason Tatum 10-time Tatum because he's going to make the All-Star game 10 times. I think we're already a couple in, so 10-time Tatum. Join Mr. Luka Doncic.
Okay. Woo! You're starting off strong. I like it. With the 5th pick, we're gonna add in another killer. We're gonna jump down to number 8 on the ESPN list and grab Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. I like that.
Do you see what I'm building? You're
building a little bit of shooting, a little bit of outside. I like it. It's a nice little team you got. Devin Booker's a hell of a player. 25 a game, four boards, 4.5 assists. Suns are killing the league right now. Him and Chris Paul are looking like a really dynamic backcourt. So very, very nice pick.
Yeah, we're on here. All right, my brother, what you got?
You've got, so just to summarize for those listeners, we've got Zion Williamson, Donovan Mitchell, and Devin Booker for Team Jansen. We got Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum for Team Wiseman. And then who are we going to get joined? We're going to have Defensive Player of the Year nominee, Ben Simmons.
Yeah, Ben Simmons. He slid.
Ben Simmons. That's who's going to be my 3rd pick here.
You took my pick. That's okay.
That's who you wanted, eh? Okay.
That's who I wanted next, but that's okay. Okay. I can let it slide. Zion, Donovan, Devin. When I was looking at this, I'm gonna jump down low again. I'm gonna go my boy who I was talking about last week because I think he's amazing. Michael Porter Jr.
Oh, the boy you were talking about last week. I believe that was my take. That was your take, pick.
But I took it to the higher pick of his ceiling would be better than Luka Doncic. Well, it won't happen. But if it does, we're going to quote myself and we're going to go back and be like, look at this man. He knows he's sports analyst of the year. And if it doesn't come to true, then we're just going to delete that video.
We're just going to delete that take. That's okay. I like Porter Jr. You got some nice shooting building around Zion. That's very nice. I'm going to pick Bam Adebayo with my 4th pick.
You took my defense. Took my defense. You're stripping me of my defense here, Phil.
Yeah, see, you got your shooting, but I got some defense here. This is what I've got. So I got Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, Bam Adebayo. That's my 4th pick. Who's your 5th pick, Mr. Jansen?
Well, you took on one of my bigs.
I
didn't expect you to take Ben and Bam. What are you doing there, Phil? What are you doing?
Just a little strategy here, Just a little strategy.
Yeah, but you got Luka, Jason, Ben, and Bam. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, hey, if you like to lose, you like to lose. We are going to we're gonna throw in the other beast from the Nuggets. We're gonna go with my 5th pick, Jamal Murray.
Okay, Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is your 5th pick. So we've got Zion Williamson in your front court. We've got a Michael Porter Jr. in your front court. We got Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, and Donovan Mitchell in your backcourt. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so to round it out, I like me some passing. Give me LaMelo Ball. I'm buying into the hype of this rookie. We're going to be slinging the ball around. It's going to be beautiful. We've got Luka Doncic, LaMelo Ball in the backcourt. We got a Jason Tatum. We got a Bam Adebayo and a Ben Simmons in the front court. Oh,
that's nice. It's nice.
We're gonna have to do a simulation here on 2K against these two teams, and we will let you know the outcome.
That's fair. I'll be interested to see it because, like, I feel like you have a decent team. I like it. I'd be interested to see how they like. I like the flash. I like the style. So I think LaMelo kind of rounds that up nicely for you. Let's grab 2 more players here quickly to kind of round out our team. So I'm kind of thinking 6-man. I'm not thinking anything crazy. And I'm going to throw Trae Young in there because he's a bucket getter. And who wouldn't want him as your 6-man?
Trae Young. Beautiful.
He's that guy come off the bench, get you some quick buckets, get the offense rolling.
Okay. Give me some Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
SGA off the bench. Long, athletic, lanky, dishing the ball. We're good to go here.
Perfect, man. I like it. Number 7, DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton. Okay. You're going all nice and big and tall. Well, we've disrespected De'Aaron Fox long enough. I'm going to pick De'Aaron Fox here. De'Aaron Fox is a very good player. De'Aaron, if you're listening to the podcast, like many of your Sacramento King players, we love you. We love the Kings, even though you're sliding a little. De'Aaron Fox to round out my 7. Just to summarize, maybe for
does De'Aaron Fox choose to come off the bench though?
I don't think he has a choice here. Lineup we got. I'm sorry, De'Aaron. We love you. Like we said, come on the pod later. We'll get you on here nice and easy. Okay. Just to summarize, I guess the teams we got here though. So we have for Team Jansen, Zion Williamson, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, Mike Porter Jr., Trae Young, and DeAndre Ayton. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good lineup. I like it. You know, I think one of the things that made us start this conversation is there's so many good players under 25 in the NBA. The NBA future's in amazing hands. Amazing hands. And then just for my team here to round it up, Luka Doncic, LaMelo Ball, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Ben Simmons, Bam Adebayo, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's a nice team. It would be interesting to watch those guys play. I think the only reason I didn't go Luka is because of like that scoring punch elsewhere that I was going. So I was trying to round out that center. I was like, who's the best guy in there that's big? And I was like, for out of there, I think that's obviously Zion. I don't think there's any comparison with the other big men in the league. So that's why I went with them. Luka's amazing, but I was like, with what I built, I feel like I can get what Luka does through other players. Not through one player, but through multiple players.
Fair enough.
What were you thinking? What were you going with here? It looks like you were going defense through and through and then have like some big time scorers.
Yeah, I'm going defense and playmaking. That's I've got a couple guys that can take some last shots, and Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum. I got some anchors in Bam and Ben. Versatile, long, lanky, athletic team that can run the break, get some steals. That's kind of my thought process. That's the style that I like to see.
We'll have to sim it on 2K. We'll see.
We're gonna sim it in 2K.
We're gonna have to sim it on 2K.
I think that'll be a lot of fun
to
see
the results
for
next week. Okay, that's it for this weekly NBA. Let's jump into our next one here. We got social hoops. We got some cool things that happened this week. First of all, we have Mr. Shaq. He's always in our pods. We just love Shaq. Maybe we should have a Shaq segment.
I mean, we kind of already do. We're kind of built. We just like to sprinkle them all throughout the episode, you know.
So Shaq did a pretty cool thing this week with the video, so you guys can listen to it now.
I appreciate it.
So what we're seeing here is Shaq out of nowhere decided to pay for a guy's engagement ring in one of the stores he's in the mall. So that was pretty cool, wasn't it, Phil?
For Shaq, who gets a bit of heat in the press with some of his takes on NBA, to see him being a nice gentleman, helping a young man out with his first major commitment in his life, I think that's pretty exciting. Good on Shaq.
Yeah, he was talking about it later, and that's something he wants to do. I'd read into a couple other things where one time he saw a girl, she was purchasing furniture, and he's just like, hey, I got it for you. Like, I'm going to get your furniture. It's all good. It's taken care of. So, you know what? For the amount of heat Shaq gets, he's truly is quite a nice guy, and he's always talked about wanting to bring a smile into the room for everybody he's in. So, good on you, Shaq. We love you around here. You're pretty much going to be mentioned in every podcast. All right, next.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. 100%, brother. We have the man, the myth, the legend. He's back in the NBA. Might only be on a 10-day contract, but we're hoping big things. Here's the video. Mr.
Lou fits perfectly for them.
Isaiah.
Gonna be Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, Thomas.
Good for him. It's in his first game since February of 2020. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Beautiful highlight. Him on the wing, shooting a 3.
Oh,
I think he went 4 of 13 that game, but hey, you know, he's back in the league. We love to see a happy, just like Shaq, we love to see a happy, smiley face. Isaiah Thomas, King of the Fourth. That was his lovely nickname back in the Celtics days before that hip injury. It's good to see a player like that back in the league.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for him. It's going to be great. Obviously 10 points on 4-12, and then the next night 11 points on 4-13. It does show that, to me, though, it might just be him trying to get his legs back under him. You know what I mean? Like the NBA, playing in the NBA is a little different than any type of workout regime you could be doing at home. So let's see. I'd say play him out. I'd be silly for them not to run him all 10 games or throughout the 10 days and see how he does. I bet you by the end, if that shooting goes up and is a little bit more consistent, he's staying on.
It's a nice option to have off the bench for the Pelicans too. A little bit of change of pace with Bledsoe on ball. Nice little extra addition to kind of bring that in, and it's showing he's getting 10 points a game right now. I think with the start that he's got going. So that's pretty solid.
Nice to see. Yeah, I think they'll keep him. Next one, we have Mr. Giannis having some fun. He's just a funny guy. You see videos of him all over the place, but
this is
here it is.
Cash money, and this is big money. Follow me. So as I said, this is cash money, and this is big money.
Me.
Do we remember what happened like 3 months ago? Do we remember what he signed for?
Biggest ever? $250 million? Like the biggest ever, I think.
So what we're seeing here is Jrue Holiday just signed an extension, $160 million for 4 years. Said I'm a Buck for life. Giannis obviously having some fun with him. Big money. This is big money. And at the end of the clip, it's not about me. This is not about me.
Giannis is getting weirder, more kooky with age. I think there's a couple good Instagram viral videos that have gone off this year of him just being a little kookier, him getting a little bit more adjusted to his life. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, I think he's getting really comfortable with who he is and the leader of the Bucks, and it's nice to see. It's good. It's honestly, I'm happy for him. Next one, we got 2 highlight plays from the week. This one here is actually from college hoops, which we didn't really cover anything, but I had to cover this when I showed Phil the clip. It's absolutely crazy.
Interesting, as you
just
say,
watch it.
On Butler instead. Nice curl. Inbounds.
For those that can't watch it, just so a man is literally hurdled, and not just any man, hurdled on the pump fake over top of him. Boom, goes right over top of him. Incredible. Just the athleticism of some of these college athletes now is incredible.
Me and Phil were talking about this. We saw you see players go up for the block and they kind of land on the guy's back or something. He cleared this man. Like he went for the block and the guy pumped him and he just jumped right over him and landed in front of him.
No awkward landing. Stuck the landing perfectly. It was beautiful.
Just cleared the man
at its finest.
Yep, it was nuts. Next one, we have a nice old Kyrie slam jam. It's up against Eric Bledsoe.
He's the first pick.
Picks him off.
That's right.
It'll be Kyrie.
Ooh, Kyrie's
big.
He can get up there.
So
It is. Look at this. He gets ahead up.
gets up, slams it down, points to his mom and dad.
He moves his hands in the air too. That man is so graceful.
Oh, beautiful. I think he said pointed to his dad and his sister. I think they said what the announcer said. But yeah, big dunk by Kyrie. And last one we have, which is pretty awesome, is I think this is obviously Chris Paul just trying to have some fun. But we got
Chris's secret stuff from
Chris Paul sitting on the bench drinking what seems to be a yellow Gatorade, and it says Chris secret stuff.
Unconfirmed yellow Gatorade, Luke. We know that he's a fellow Banana Boat member with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony. So he's just supporting his boys, supporting Space Jam 2. It's beautiful. And I think CP3 has been taking some secret stuff, because not only has he stopped eating meat, but he's gone pure vegan. He's not eating anything like that. He's just going back to basics and having that secret stuff. Maybe there's something special in there. We just don't know.
It's true. Well, hey, man, Phoenix is second. So whatever they're doing, he just needs to keep drinking that secret stuff and keep playing the way he's playing on the court. That is it for our social hoops. And now we're going to jump into the sizzle and flame of the hot take.
Crackle, crackle.
Crackle, crackle, crackle. So this is, as we talked about, Phil and I are going to have the numbers 1 through 5 on spiciness. And we do have what Paul Pierce would consider a Shaq 5. Look at that, man.
Ooh.
A Kansas, I'm sorry, hot wings. This is too hot to handle. Paul Pierce coming out and saying, May 20 of 2020, last year, LeBron James is not a top 5 player of all time. It's spicy. Phil, why don't you read me a little bit on that? Tell me what you're thinking about this.
Yeah, so just to kind of bring the quote into play here. So this is Paul Pierce talking. Bill Russell built up the organization in Boston. He should get way more credit than we give him. And a lot of times he gets left out of the conversation. So in saying that, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, these guys are all top 10 players who either helped build up their organizations or continued the tradition. He went and put together a team in Miami, talking about LeBron. In some ways, he came back to Cleveland to put that team together. And then he went to the Lakers, where a tradition has already been made. Is LeBron James a top 5 player? Go, Luke. What do you think?
We talked about this, and yes, of course he is. But is there a conversation of, well, what makes a top 5 player of all time? And that's where I could see. I'm trying to give Paul Pierce a little bit of some wiggle room to see what he's trying to say here. I'm trying to give him a little bit, because LeBron James as a player, arguably one of the best players to ever play the game, but has also been surrounded by talent that would elevate your game throughout every season he's played. Not every season, but as he started to get into Miami, back to Cleveland, now with the Lakers, he's continually been surrounded by good people. And it's like, does that make him a top 5 player? When you see that list, and that's what kind of mean. You see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Guy's amazing. You can't argue what he did. He's definitely in there. Magic Johnson. You know, again, there's some big names of some guys who stuck it through with their teams and won rings after rings after rings. Michael Jordan, Bulls through and through. Tim Duncan, Spurs through and through. Kobe Bryant, Laker through and through. So I think what he was trying to say is top 5 player maybe of what basketball should be. Maybe that's what he's trying to say. Like, you stuck with your team, you stuck with your organization, you made that, you became a top 5 player because you made your organization good. I don't know. I'm trying to give him a leash, but I could see a little bit where he's come from.
Yeah, it's an interesting take that LeBron isn't a top 5 player to me.
It's spicy, Phil. That's why we have Shaq.
Spicy.
That's why we have Shaq up there.
That's why we got that spicy take with Shaq there. I agree. But when you think of someone like LeBron, he established the player empowerment era. He's got 4 championships. He beat the best team ever with the 73-9 Warriors. MJ never beat a 73-9 team. If we're talking about all-time players, he never played as someone against that was 2 MVPs on one team with Durant and Curry.
Yeah.
And then you've got a supporting cast of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. He beat Oklahoma City, which has had Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, 3 MVPs later down in their roads in their career. He beat the Spurs and Tim Duncan, who he's got on this list as one of the top 5 players. When Tim Duncan's at the end of his career, but LeBron has beat these amazing teams to win championships. Sure, he teamed up with some other players, but then again, I think you can't knock a man for establishing an era, establishing a movement, getting 17 All-Star appearances on the way, 13 first-team All-NBA, 5 team All-Defensive, 4 MVPs. Let's not forget 2 gold medals on the United States Olympic teams. I mean, this man, I think he's got to be top 2, top 3 all time, not just top 5.
Yeah. Now, and I'm right on the same boat with you. I mean, LeBron's LeBron. Now, what if LeBron stayed with Cleveland from the start of his career to where he is now? Is he still LeBron James?
I don't think he has many championships. One of the main reasons that he left in 2010 is that the Cavaliers had basically sold all of their future essentially to try and get LeBron those championships before he left. And that roster was not going to win a championship. I think LeBron is a very smart player, sees the future in that perspective, sees how his legacy is going to play out if he was to stay with that team. I think also in the same ways that he left Miami, he sees his legacy ahead of time. He knows Dwayne Wade's kind of falling off a little bit. He sees Chris Bosh, who's starting to improve, but also is getting constant injuries. If he goes to Cleveland, plays with a young Kyrie Irving, maybe they get a top pick that would have been Andrew Wiggins, but they trade it for Kevin Love. he's a very smart, savvy basketball player, and le GM, as people call him. He plans his team moves. You got Anthony Davis to the Lakers, part of Clutch Sports. This man knows what he's doing. I think it's a lot more also behind the scenes that we don't really give credit to LeBron.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, of course, like I said, I think where all that Paul Pierce is saying here is just like, if he stuck it through, like some other players. You see, like Tim Duncan, there was some years where the Spurs were always making playoffs, but early first round exit, semifinals exit, and like Tim Duncan could at any point been like, okay, I'm out. I'm gonna go join some other guys. Or if Kobe is just like, when the big three, imagine if rather than Ray Allen, somehow Kobe's like, I'm gonna go join the Celtics, right? And again, it's just like, yeah, that would change their careers. If Kobe Bryant was the big three with the Celtics rather than Ray Allen, I'm not saying anything to Ray Allen, but I'm sorry, there's no comparison between him and Kobe. Like, LeBron, like you said, though, he's GM'd himself in the player empowerment, and I think that's where Paul Pierce, unfortunately, is talking about guys who didn't really have as much pull in a time and place to be like, yeah, I want out, I'm going to go form a super team. That just didn't happen as much. It was more like build it up, build it through.
I think he's a little bit bitter too, because he lost to LeBron. He did beat LeBron, but once he got to Miami, it was all LeBron, all the future. Someone like Paul Pierce sticking with the Celtics for so long, only really getting championships near the end of his career, not really getting anything during the prime of his career. I think he's saying like, oh, if I did that, I would have won so many more championships. I could have been so much better, which also led to his discussion saying about how he thinks he had a better career than Dwayne Wade. Some interesting takes by Mr. Paul Pierce. So,
yep. And I think it comes down to is LeBron a top 5 player of organization of all time? I think that's what he's trying to say. Because you think of Tim Duncan, you think Spurs, you think Kobe, you think Lakers. When you think LeBron,
he doesn't have a team. Yeah, you're right.
And I think that's the only comparison that you can make. Is he a top 5 organizational player for his team? And I would say no. There's definitely better player pools to pick from of guys who stuck with organizations and did amazing things. But as top 5
you
of all
could
time,
even argue Steph Curry right now, right?
100%.
If you're playing that way, you could do it that way.
Yeah, so I think that's what he's trying to say. Past that, yeah, LeBron's like top two, probably number 1 by the time his career's done, to be honest. So, all right, I liked it though. See, that was hot. That was a hot take.
Shaq, Kansas Wings.
We talked it
Watch out.
I could see Pierce. I gave you a little bit of some wiggle room. I was trying to see where you're coming from. I think I got into your mindset. I hope I was in there.
Don't get in too much of the mindset, Luke. It'll just lead you down bad paths. We know what happened this week when we won't discuss it.
We don't want to be
further.
too much of the truth. Okay, so lastly, we are jumping into the final segment of the pod. We have a new one. The North. There's some sizzling sounds of some cold wind because it's cold. Well, it's actually not cold in Canada anymore. No, that's been kind of nice.
25 degrees in Ottawa on April 10th today. Incredible.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's lovely. But only 4 weeks ago, it was a very different story.
Absolutely.
It was the frozen North. Okay, so we have some cool things that happened with the Raptors this week. If you haven't paid any attention, OG, let's get it up here. OG goes up. Dennis Schroeder kind of gets tangled up. OG power bombs him. What is this, WWE? Gary Trent's getting in there. There's fighting.
I love Gary Trent getting right in there. He's a new Raptor, and he's sticking up for OG right away. Amazing.
What do you think's going through OG's mind there? What was that?
I think he thought that he was trying to do something a little bit dirtier, Dennis Schroeder, but Dennis Schroeder looked like he was just trying to hold him up so that he wouldn't fall and get an injury. I think he just misinterpreted Schroeder trying to help him.
And also, though, OG, that boy deadlifts.
Oh, look how easily he lifts up Dennis Schroeder.
That's what I mean.
Goodness.
So yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting for sure. I think it was just a miscommunication, and that resulted in what happened. I'm glad nobody threw any punches because that could end in some suspensions. So I'm just glad that it was kind of just got a little bit heated, and then they calmed it off. Our next one,
right? Just to kind of
go ahead. Yeah, for sure.
Dennis Schroeder, 172 pounds for those that are curious. Just easily picking him up, putting him down. 172 pounds. OG Anunoby hitting those gym well.
That's not a lot though. 172 in the NBA. It's pretty small.
You'd be surprised how spry they are, some of them, right? So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a different game. Yeah. Next, we have a former Raptor, Serge Ibaka, looking his finest. For those on audio, you can't see this, and I don't think there's any way I can describe it.
Let me try here. We've got
okay.
we've got vertical stripes, a blue.
Your
let's call
grandma's
it
curtain.
a
your
navy blue curtain.
I think it's
for
your
grandma.
grandma's blue. So if your grandma had the blue couch, which
Mhm,
my
the classic blue
grandma,
couch.
my nanny has the classic blue couch. Imagine that as the curtain, but with white stripes in it. And that's what we're seeing Serge wear. And I don't
Topped with a chapeau, a white little boat hat chapeau, and a nice little black bandana mask. Beautiful.
I'm not gonna chirp the man. I know he does say in the hashtag it is culture, and I'm sure there's some cultural,
Avec class as well, Luke. With class.
Yes. So he's always bringing out some cool stuff. I wouldn't wear it, but good on him. Not for me. Maybe Phil. Phil, I think he'd look good in that.
Fashion.
What do you think? You think Pri would be down to get that for you?
I think I don't have the long, slender frame as Serge Ibaka. I think you got to have that long, slender frame to really take this off, look good in it. I think she'd probably send me back to the change room to say, no, we aren't leaving with this.
That's fair. Next we have Mr. Kem Birch.
The Birch Tree himself.
Birch Tree himself. What's going on there, Phil?
So he is leaving the Orlando Magic. He is a role player, some people could say, that is a center position player that has been playing power forward with Vooch Island, Nikola Vucevic, before he went to the Chicago Bulls. And now he's going to join the Toronto Raptors. He's going to join the Toronto Raptors after he clears waivers. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. I'm quoting Woj and Shams here. And he's going to fill up that lovely center position for the Raptors. Hopefully get a little bit more. Yeah, to hopefully get a much more filled in spot. Aaron Baines has been playing well of late, but Kem Birch, I think, will be a nice little addition. And he's Canadian from Montreal.
Cool. I didn't actually know that.
Here as well. Here we go.
I didn't know he was from Montreal. That's actually cool. Okay. Yeah, that's I like that pick. And you know what? For Baines, I know everyone always is chirping him, and I chirped him myself. I just wish we got him 4 years ago.
Oh, you're not putting him on the Bobby, are you?
I just wish we would have 4 years ago. Would love to have you, Baines, but now you're kind of at that weird injury age that bigs get to, and keep playing hard, brother. Keep your spot. So lastly, the biggest thing of the We the North, probably the biggest thing of the segment, in my opinion, Gary Trent. Boom. You hear it. Listen to it.
On the tape, Neto doesn't go. Trent with it. Trent, 2 seconds. Trent.
Bang. You heard it. I don't have to explain it. You've seen it. If you didn't, Gary Trent, game winner. I don't even know how many games was that with the Raptors? Like game 8, game 10, maybe.
Feels like a full season the way this man's been playing. Backing up OG, hitting game winners.
But the fact that they trusted him to hit a game winner, and the fact that he felt confident enough to take it, only big things for the Raptors. That was so cool. I mean, it was against the Wizards, right? For sure.
Yeah, it was against the Wizards.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could argue, it's against the Wizards, but still, the fact that he has that confidence at 22, came from Portland. He's seen Dame do it. Him and Dame were in practice hitting Dame time, and he's like, it's Gary time. And Dame's like, no, it's Dame time. You're out of here. Get this fool traded. And Norman came in, and Gary's like, nah, it's Gary time, and we the North. And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Gary time doesn't have the same kind of ring to it, but maybe if he hits a few more. I think one thing that you're forgetting about that it's the biggest part of the segment. I think Dennis Schroeder would disagree with you. Him getting slammed by OG may be what he feels the biggest thing, but as Raptors fans, biggest play of the week. Awesome for Gary Trent to hit this type of shot so early in his career without Kyle Lowry, no Fred VanVleet. Confidence, baby, confidence. Release that shot. Game winner, Raptors.
Boom. We the North segment is done. And that, my folks, is another segment done. Super happy to have you guys with us. If you ever have anything you want us to talk about, please shoot us a message. We'd love to talk about anything. We like to have some fun. We like to have some serious parts. We just like basketball, so we like talking about it. And Phil, what you got? You got anything to add before we end this off?
Moving and grooving, silly, fun. A little bit more serious over here. A little bit more fun over here. It's a perfect blend, a perfect sandwich of NBA chat and talks. Couldn't ask for any more.
From deep splash. All right, we will see you next week for episode 4. See you later.